Doghouse, Hermiston and the Chiawana Riverhawks for the first time in the same conference, but not the first time they've ever played each other. We'll talk a little bit more about the matchup we expect to see this evening and what it means to have Jordan Thomas back when we come back in 2 minutes as the Sway Motor pregame show continues on AM 1360 KOHU. So we'll talk now about the injury report brought to you by Marisol Family Health Center. And Sonny already hinted at it. Jordan Thomas is back, cleared from her concussion symptoms that she has had to miss the first 3 games of the season because of the remnants, essentially, of an accident, a minor one that she was in before the first game of the season. What does having Jordan back mean for this team in theory, Sonny?
In theory, it means that they can go ahead and have a real inside post game, and that our shooters from the outside should be able to go ahead and post up on a little bit more regular basis. And, you know, realistically, if she can compete with these other big girls, she's going to be dominant on the rebounding side. And that's what we really have needed so far in the 4 games, I believe it is, this year for the Bulldogs.
This Bulldog team has been looking for somebody to step up as an outside shooter. That's probably just Jaslyn Romero, a little bit of Caitlin Heidemann off of the bench, but for the most part, it's a team that does need to attack the basket, and they need to finish at the basket. The conversation I had with Juan Rodriguez about it, and going back to the Kennewick game was, and you'll hear this in a little bit, but the idea of, are they not going to the rim and finishing at the rim because they're worried about going to the foul line, where the team hasn't been very good, honestly, historically. But he didn't think that was the case so much. And the conversation that he said they had as a team yesterday was, if you get to the rim, there's no reason to kick because we're not a good outside shooting team. Our higher percentage is at the rim. Yeah,
and that's a fact. I mean, and it'll be a little more so tonight with their percentage of being able to be there at the rim. So, you know, those are the type of things that you've really got to drill into the kids to make it, get them to understand that That's going to be their bread and butter. Get to the rim, get to the rim, get to the rim, and then see what comes of it after that.
Chiawana, a loss to Moses Lake in their opener on December 1st, 56-48, but they beat Hanford on Friday night, 65-40. 1-1 coming into tonight's matchup with Juan Rodriguez and the Hermiston Bulldog girls. We'll hear from the head coach in our coach's interview, brought to you by Ranch and Home, when we come back on the Sway Motors pregame show in 2 more minutes here on AM 1360 KOHU.
We have 67. Tom. What? of the 70s, Eric. No concussions there.
Be more aggressive.
Yeah.
That's what I heard tonight on the phone.
You bet. Got just a couple of minutes left.
Ladies and gentlemen, right outside of the main foyer, Boomer Bites. That's the Hermiston High School concession stand. It's open for business right out the main foyer. It's run tonight by Generation College students. A friendly service with a smile. They offer hot dogs, sausage dogs, popcorn, pretzels, nachos, candy, and soft drinks. That's Boomer Bites. And right next door is Java Dog. Java Dog is run by the Advanced Business Procedures class here at Hermiston High School. They offer a variety of different coffee drinks, lattes, ices, all kinds of really good drinks with plenty of holiday flavors. Right outside of the main foyer, next to Boomer Bites, is Java Dog. Oh, and they have wonderful tasting smoothies at Java Dog. Again, right outside the main foyer, Boomer Bites and Java Dog, open for business.
I'm Eric Sunny. It's the Swim Motors pregame show from Hermiston High School, where the Bulldogs take on the Chiawana Rivercocks, a doubleheader here tonight. And as we get closer to tip-off, we take a look at your starting lineups. They're brought to you by Rick's Car Wash. For the Hermiston girls, we are not seeing any changes this evening to what we've become accustomed to. At least what we were planning on at the start of the season. There are changes with Jordan Thomas back in the lineup. The 6'4 senior will be on the inside at the center position. This should allow the 5'9 junior Jaslyn Romero to get a little bit more time as a forward down at the 4 position, although in the last couple of games she has by necessity ended up playing a lot more point guard than was supposed to be designed for this year. The guards out there will be the 5'8 sophomore Jaden Ray and the 5'3 senior Sydney Stephanie. And then rounding out the 5'9 sophomore Paige Paulzinski. They do want to be able to get Romero more time playing on the inside. It gives them a little bit more height. She will defend on the inside for sure, but getting her so where she doesn't have to play bringing the ball up so frequently will help this team as a whole, but it just means somebody's got to be able to be that point guard.
Yeah, and, you know, we've seen flashes out of Sid Stephanie at times, and we've seen some flashes out of, out of Jordan Ray at times. But they're the ones that have to just, check the guts at the door and just go after it. If they get a foul called on them, they get a foul called on them for bringing the ball down and being aggressive coming down. But those are the type of things that they're going to need. They're going to have probably Sydney bringing the ball up and really pushing it to try and get. If you get that quick, easy pop out to Jaslyn outside, now you got the defense running. Now you can get the dump in pass to the box down below for Jordan for the score easy touchdown.
So the Bulldogs, Jaden Ray, Sydney Stephanie, Paige Paulzinski, Jaslyn Romero, and Jordan Thomas. For third-year head coach Juan Rodriguez, who's assisted by Mallory Moss. Dennis Stephanie is in charge of the JV program, and Amanda Rodriguez is coaching the freshmen. The strength and conditioning coach is Emily Stroth. The trainer is Dan Emery. Superintendent here in Hermiston is Tricia Mooney. The principal is Tom Spoo at Hermiston High School. The athletic director is Larry Usher, and his assistant, ever important to the program, is Lindy Thompson. The Bulldogs come in with a 1-2 record. They're averaging about 45 points per game, and they're giving out close to 45 points per game, so it's pretty even Steven in that sense. Now the Chiawana Riverhawks, as introduced by their head coach, Steve Davis. Davis in his 10th season. He's been the coach ever since Chiawana became a school 1 decade ago. The starting lineup that is a defending Mid-Columbia Conference champion includes the 5'6 senior Macy Morales, a 5'9 junior Alyssa Agundis, a 5'9 sophomore in Delaney Pink, a 5'8 senior in Bailey Bunger, and a 6' tall senior in Claire Eubanks. The Riverhawks are 1-1 coming off of a 65-40 win over Hanford. They're averaging right around 60 points per game, and they're giving up about 44 points per game coming into tonight's contest. Juan Rodriguez said it himself just a minute ago. They run almost the same thing as Hermiston. They just right now run it a bit crisper. So, will it help Hermiston, having seen this over and over again in practice?
I would hope so, and then, we have to be able to go ahead and make sure that it does help us, that we're able to go ahead and see that and react to that we work on so much in practice. And the other thing is that they just need to have a better shooting night tonight, not just from the free throw line, of which they were better the other night in Kennewick, but they have to have a better night tonight than we had over there and the rest of the season, because that's what's going to bring us down to the end of games at times. Those free throws, miss them, and you've got a whole lot of extra points you're leaving on the court without Hermiston having a chance to win.
8 of 13, which is pretty good for a Hermiston team at the foul line, but it's also kind of a low total when you consider how many possessions that the Bulldogs have. Starting lineups are coming up here on the floor, and tip-off is on the way. It's your final break on the Sway Motors pregame show. We're back in 2 minutes with Hermiston and Chiawana on AM 1360 KOHU.
On a Tuesday evening here in Hermiston. Tonight we feature a Mid-Columbia Conference doubleheader in varsity girls and boys play. Our first game will feature the girls in action. Please welcome the visiting team, the Chiawana Riverhawks of Pasco, Washington. The Riverhawks are 1-1 on the season and 1-0 in league play. Please also give a big welcome to your hometown Hermiston Lady Bulldogs. Hermiston is currently 1-2 on the season and 0-1 in league play. Before we announce the coaches and starters for this evening's game, would you please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem by the Hermiston High School Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Sean McClanahan.
Final bars of the national anthem tonight by the Pep Band, directed by Sean McLennan, and Hermiston and Chiawana. It's doubleheader action on AM 1360 KOHU Hermiston, and we welcome you as well if you're online at gohermiston.com or mixler.com, our web stream powered by Eastern Oregon Telecom Internet at the speed of life. I'm Eric Olson, he's Sonny Levy. It is Bulldog basketball tonight against the visiting Chiawana Riverhawks, a school that's a decade old, taking on the school that is brand new, the debutante to the Mid-Columbia Conference. And for Chiawana, they are trying to defend last year's MCC title. Started off right with a big win over Hanford, although you look at a team like Hanford, which Hermiston is a bit more familiar with than some of the other teams in the MCC. 65-40 is kind of what you would expect a team like Chiawana of their caliber to be able to do. At this point, you get the sense, as you think about Steve Davis, the head coach in his 10th year at Chiawana, the opposing coaches' thoughts brought to you by Mirasol Family Health Center. It's a team that probably needs to be putting up a bit more offensively than they have through their first two games, and the style of play, which is similar to Hermiston's, does take a little bit of time to get everybody in rhythm and to get everybody kind of knowing exactly where they want to be on the floor when they take a shot or they take a drive.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. Hermiston's going to have to try and find a way of trying to get into that rhythm a little earlier against teams like Chiawana. They are going to have to go ahead and make sure that things, just start off a little bit better for the Bulldogs than you would like to see them earlier. This is new, alternating introductions. Something new tonight, Eric.
Well, it's a standard operating procedure in the Mid-Columbia
For Mid-Columbia, that's right.
They are required to do the alternating possession, so they still drop the lights. They still put the spotlights on the players as they're being introduced, and Jacob Levy is down there alternating back and forth between which side the spotlight is on as John Lauk does the introductions for these two teams. Chiawana here tonight in all gray uniform. They've got blue, their primary color, in their numerals and lettering with white trim. And for the Hermiston Bulldogs, it's an all-white uniform. Bulldogs across the front in purple numerals and lettering with some gold trim. And the starters just being completed here this evening. Three-person officiating crew out of the Mid-Columbia Association that is here tonight to do the first game of our doubleheader. We are a bit delayed. The JV game started a little bit after 4 o'clock because Chiawana was a bit late to get here into the gymnasium tonight. So we are a little bit past our 5:45 scheduled start time. Although the reality is when you start the JV games at 4, you're never actually tipping off the next game at 5:45. It was, by the way, on the Ranch and Home scoreboard, a 42-40 win for the Hermiston JV girls over the Chiawana Riverhawks. Also on that scoreboard tonight, we'll have updates as they become available over in Stanfield. Both Umatilla basketball teams are looking to get to win streaks of, for the girls, 3, and for the boys could be 4 in a row as they take on the Stanfield Tigers. Teams they each beat at the Columbia River Clash on Friday night. Jordan Thomas back in the lineup for Hermiston. She'll be in the center circle, jumping against Claire Eubanks. Hermiston attacking left to right. A familiar face with the ball in the center. Forrest McKinnis, who is a member of this association, as well as the Blue Mountain Officials Association, will be part of this 3-man crew. Thomas wins the tip, and the Bulldogs will start with the possession. Jaden Ray holding. In a man-to-man defense, Delaney Pink is on her. Between the rings, handoff to Sydney Stephanie. Stephanie flips it to Ray on the left wing. Bouncing inside to Thomas. Thomas gets it into double team, thrown away. Pass out to Polzinski, was picked by Pink, who comes straight down the middle of the floor. Kicks out onto the right wing to Bunger. Bunger will drive against Ray, skip it across the baseline. Agundis in the left corner, back up top to Morales. Right side for Pink. And the sophomore will back up towards half court and now attack and kick. Circling to the left, give it on the side for Agundis, the junior. as she drives an offensive foul called against Bailey Bunger for not setting herself on the moving screen. Hermiston gets the possession on the Chiawana turnover. Scoreless 40 seconds into the contest. It is Jaslyn Romero running the point guard position to start things off for Hermiston here. Inside to Jordan Thomas, down the block right side and lays it in. First points of the senior campaign for Thomas put Hermiston in front 2-0. Just nice to be able to go in there.
Yeah, it was nice. Then that's the second time in a row they have made
Down
the attempt.
Inside, Eubanks fouled by Thomas.
To go inside to Thomas. The first time it actually, Jordan let it tip off her hand out of bounds, and this time she got the lay-in off of it.
Juan Rodriguez told us in the pregame coaches interview that Thomas would be limited tonight because she has been out for a couple of weeks. So she hasn't been doing the same type of running the rest of her teammates have. We'll see how much limited minutes they will have. Blocking foul before to the basket. Pink lays it in on Sydney Stephanie. Stephanie giving up a handful of inches to the 5'9" sophomore guard. And it's a baseline inbound coming for Chiawana. Hermiston picking up their second team foul. 6:45 of the clock in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs have the 2-0 lead. Down inside to Eubanks. Eubanks kicks left corner. Bunger three ball, knocked it down. Bunger from distance gives Chiawana the 1 point advantage 90 seconds into the contest. Romero running the point guard position out into the right wing, spins around, has her pocket picked, it's out of bounds, off of Agundas last.
Eric, if there's any gripe I have about how Romero brings the ball out, when she turns her back so much on the defense, that's when she gets in trouble. That's when they're able to come and try and swipe that ball from the backside.
Romero out on the right wing, throws it into the paint. It's tipped off of the hands of Thomas and stolen by Chiawana. Agundas has it in the backcourt, guarded by Romero there. Almost 2 minutes into the contest and a 3-2 lead for the Riverhawks. Right corner, Pink yo-yoing the ball. And a blocking foul is called on Paulzinski. Pink kept driving into her, and Page was backing off and backpedaling and trying to stay in front with defense, and the contact initiated by Pink earns a third team foul on Hermiston, the first on Paulzinski with 5:59 on the clock in the first quarter. And Chiawana looking to add to the 1 point lead. Agundas drives baseline, kicks it up top through the hands of Morales. The senior guard will chase it down. Stephanie on her. Right side for Pink, right in front of the student section, about half full right now. Down on the left baseline, Eubanks back out. Morales three ball, front iron off. Rebound picked out into the hands of Thomas. Kicks far sideline, and for Hermiston into the front court, Romero rifles it into Thomas and gets it right back. Bulldogs down by 1, 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Stephanie right corner, back out to Paulzinski. Swing perimeter, Romero tries a three ball from distance and rattles it home.
Wow.
A long ball and a 30-second timeout given to Juan Rodriguez with the Bulldogs in front 5-3, 5:20 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Did they just say
John said it was Chiawana, but the scoreboard has it correct. That was Juan Rodriguez calling the timeout.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw Forrest signal over to Hermiston for the short one. So
the Bulldogs in front 5-3, 5:20 on the clock in the first quarter at a 30-second timeout. Kind of an early one for Juan Rodriguez. Was that more about offense or defense?
I think it's more about defense, Eric. Well, actually, the first thing was more about offense and not trying to hit Jordan when she's making a break down the middle of the court fast and letting her get set up.
Jordan Thomas steps in front of Eubanks and steals a pass. Hermiston with the possession, up by 2, 3 minutes into the contest. Playing defense on the point guard Romero is Mikaela Burton, a senior guard who came into the game after that timeout. Paulzinski into the lane. Runner blocking foul sends Page to the line for 2 shots. The foul on the Riverhawks will be their second.
First the foul's on number 13.
And it's Bunger who picks it up. It's her second.
Paige Paulzinski at the line, shooting 2 for Hermiston.
Paulzinski, the sophomore, ended up with 6 points on Saturday at Kennewick, including a perfect 2 for 2 at the foul line.
Into action, number 25, 6-foot senior McKenna Caliber.
Riverhawks will pull Berger out and put McKenna Caliber, a 6-foot senior, into the game. Second for Polzinski is true. However, we have a lane violation, and so no shot.
Possession will go to Chiawana.
Hermiston's lead is 6-3.
Yeah, and that's what they can't do. They had one of those against Kennewick also, and I didn't see the page go over. Maybe it was the very top block on that far side.
Jordan Thomas steps in front and gets a hand on the ball and knocks it away from Eubanks again. 4:39, Hermiston by 3, and Sydney Stephanie brings it into the front court for the Bulldogs. Out to the left wing for Jaden Ray. Top of the key, Romero steps through, rounded defender, loses the ball, but Stephanie keeps it for Hermiston. Stephanie crosses over, coming right, finds some space, and walked as she tried to kick it into the corner.
Yeah, that's what we can't do, Eric. We can't go in there, with the intent of trying to get Jordan the ball, especially on a bounce pass. And that's what she started to originally look at, and then she saw she was going to have to try and lift it over the top. That's when she got the walk.
Kylie Thorne, the 5'10 junior, into the game for the Riverhawks. As Burton brings it into the front court, goes all the way down the right lane and draws a foul. Polzinski commits her second, 14th foul, will send Burton to the line with 2 foul shots coming. Chiawana's been an aggressor coming from the perimeter right towards the rim. And they've got Hermiston with 4 fouls. 4:16 left in the first quarter. Bulldogs in front, however, 6-3. Chiawana team, they've got quite a run coming up. This game here tonight. Then Friday they'll host Richland. Saturday they go to Pasco. Next Tuesday they're at Kamayakan in a battle of the two teams that finished on top of the Mid-Columbia Conference in the 2017-18 season. Burton missed the first. Her second is off as well. Thomas skies up and rips the rebound down and gets it out to Romero. Still a 3-point lead for Hermiston, almost to the halfway point of the first quarter. Burton hounding Romero all the way up the court. Stephanie on the near sideline throws it into the right corner for Kylie Young. Young up top to Dowdy, she walks. So into the game, Kendall Dowdy, the 5'9 sophomore, and, I said Kaylee Young, the 5'7 sophomore. Riverhawks return Alyssa Agundis into the game for Morales. And inbounding the ball will be Caliber, the senior, into Burton. Got quite a few seniors coming off the bench. 3 of them off of the bench, 3 of them in the starting lineup for Chiawana. Burton throws it right side. It comes off of the knee and over in the back. Diving for it, Pink, but she touched it in the backcourt. So Hermiston on the Chiawana turnover with 3:48 left in the first quarter. Dowdy will inbound. And they've got Burton shading Romero wherever she is. So Stephanie will run point guard position to Dowdy at the top of the key. Dowdy limited in time on Saturday, knocked away on an entry pass by Eubanks. Chiawana's got the ball. Dowdy was limited with a leg injury, but seeing some more minutes already in this game. Left corner, 3-ball for Calibers off the iron. Eubanks chases it down in the right corner. Needs somewhere to go. Stuck, looking for help. Back up top to Pink. Bulldogs by 3. Pink tries the top of the key 3-ball and skies it in over the top of Romero to tie the game.
That's number 5.
Delaney Pink hits the second 3-point shot for the Riverhawks. Now with 3:05 left, it's a 6-all ball game. Young over to Dowdy, left side, into the corner, Stephanie that side. Stephanie stuck in that corner, inside to Thomas on the left block, turnaround, floats it in. Jordan Thomas has got 4 and an 8-6 lead for Hermiston with 2:48 left in the first quarter. Agundis into the front court, leaves for Burton, circling. Right elbow, jumper, fading away, falls off iron, and Thomas has got the rebound in traffic. She's fouled. A third team foul on Chiawana.
Personal fouls on number 24,
And Kylie Thorne is the one who's called for the harm. Thomas going to get a break, and Maddie Bird, the 6'2 junior, will come into the game. And Thomas will actually immediately race out of the gym. Bird just 2 points at Kennewick. Okay rebounding night in her minutes, although they went 5 guard quite a bit. Dowdy on the right wing. Leaves for Stephanie, top of the key, coming down the right lane, and then back out to Dowdy. They weave up top, leaves for Romero. Romero splits two defenders into the paint. Underneath for Bird, off her hands last and out of bounds. No, it's off of the Riverhawks last. Hermiston will have the possession. With 2:15 left of the first quarter, leading 8-6. Morales and Eubanks returning to the game for the Riverhawks. Baseline inbound, Stephanie will put it in play with Hermiston stacking along the left lane. Into the corner for Young. Young will drive baseline, cut off there well by Pink. Back out to Dowdy, and Dowdy, the sophomore, circles it up to the senior Stephanie. Stephanie, skip pass across, underthrown, steal by Agundis. Shot clock violation. And Hermiston will turn it over either way. 2:05 left in the first quarter. Bulldogs lead is 2.
Eric, one thing I'm noticing, I'm watching Dowdy on her feet, and she got called for it early. Every time she retrieves the ball, she's kind of bouncing a little bit. So maybe watch and see if these officials are watching that.
Pink to Eubanks, kick Morales right wing in front of the Hermiston students. Back to the left baseline for Eubanks, and her lay-in gives her 5 and ties the game at 8. Minute 42 left in the first quarter. Romero bounces it to Dowdy. Dowdy, near sideline for Stephanie, and back up top to Young. Skip it across left side, Romero. Romero will put it on the floor, leave it for Stephanie. Stephanie rifles it underneath the Bird. Kick right corner, 3-ball, Romero, back iron, rims out into the hands of Morales for Chiawana. Rifles a pass up court, stolen by Romero. 1:19 left in the first quarter. Romero has time to collect as Chiawana backs off. Game tied at 8. Romero does have a 3-point shot made. Bird sets a high screen for her. Romero coming onto the right wing. Takes a handoff to Stephanie, takes it into the corner, now back out. Young rifles it into the left corner for Stephanie. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Top of the key 3-ball for Romero off the back iron, rebounded by Thorne. Thorne lobs it near side Eubanks. The forward will find Morales at half court. And with 47 seconds left in the first quarter, it's tied at 8. Chiawana wants to go fast. They could get to 2 for 1 here. Down inside, the layup goes for Thorne. And Chiawana's lead is 10-8, and they did get that shot up well before 35 seconds, so Chiawana will assure themselves of one more possession. Young double dribbled. Just almost was too open as she started her drive in, and she, as she was walking, switched from the left hand to the right and put it down on the floor.
Yeah, she was looking to go ahead, and again, we talked about it earlier. She was looking to dish it off before she really, took a look for sure what she had. She had a lane all the way to the basket, and by that time she had already made the commitment to pick it up and had to put it down again.
30-second shot clock is off, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Riverhawks looking to add to a 2-point lead. At the top of the key, Eubanks kicks right side, Agunas to Morales. 3-ball, back iron off, high arcing rebound, ripped by Bird away from Thorne. Up to Young, 5 seconds left. Young to Stephanie. Stephanie gets it. Does she realize the time? Kicks to Dowdy. Buzzer beater goes in. 3-pointer for Hermiston. Dowdy gets Hermiston in front, 11-10 with 1 quarter in the books here. Home night for the Mid-Columbia Conference opener at home for Hermiston against the Chiawana Riverhawks. And we'll be back in 60 seconds on AM 1360 KOHU. He said 3, right?
Yeah. That's what I saw on the signal was 3. Yeah, they got it now.
And the score after 1 quarter play here in the doghouse, Hermiston leads 11-10 over the Chiawana Riverhawks. Chiawana has possession to start the second quarter.
Chiawana starts with the ball in the second quarter, trailing 11-10. Macy Morales switches a 3-ball to open up the quarter, and Chiawana is right back in front, 13-11. And Jaden Ray will throw far side to Kaylee Young. Foul off of the ball. Jordan Thomas, Paige Balzinski, and Kendall Dowdy, who hit the buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter to give Hermiston the lead. The foul will go against Kylie Thorne, who picks up her second, trying to defend Jordan Thomas inside. 14 foul on Chiawana. And the Bulldogs will inbound to the baseline. Thomas wants the lob in. It's tipped away from her and falls to Alyssa Agundis. Agundis and Morales with Kylie Thorne. Delaney Pink, who has it right now, lobbed inside to Claire Eubanks. Eubanks stuck under the basket, kicks Morales. Another 3-ball, airballed this one too long. Kept alive by Thorne, and then a violation. No, shot clock is going to be adjusted.
Jaslyn Romero back in action for the Bulldogs.
Jaslyn Romero will come in, and Kayla Young will come out. So Romero came out with about 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter and got that brief break. Bailey Bunger back into the game for Chiawana. She was limited in the first quarter with 2 fouls. So 15 on the shot clock. Agundis throws near side to Bunger, just came back in. Agundis will drive. Pass Polzinski to the 10, easy lay-in once you got there. Chiawana's lead is 15-11. Under 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Polzinski out on the left wing, looking inside to Thomas. And this time Jordan's going to get called for a foul. Battling inside. It's Jordan's second and the 15th foul on Hermiston.
Personal foul, 15th foul on the Bulldogs.
6:51 left in the second quarter. 15-11 is the Chiawana advantage. As it's brought into the front court. Left side for Pink. Pink, good crossover move, throws it across right off of the head of her teammate Eubanks and into the hands of Dowdy for Hermiston. Dowdy leaves for Ray. Floats it near side to Romero. Interior pass stolen away from Thomas. Up to Pink. Pink racing down. Floats it off the bottom of the backboard and into the hands of Ray. 6:23 on the clock in the second. Hermiston down by 4. Right elbow jumper for Thomas is well short. She wants a call for being hit on the elbow. And Juan Rodriguez said, go to the hoop. Don't settle for 15 feet when you don't need to.
Yeah. And I agree. I thought she was hit on the wrist on the way up, and not on the follow-through, though.
4-point lead for Chiawana, about 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Morales, who has a 3-pointer in this period, goes right side, thrown into the paint, and it's kept alive. Out up top, a 3-ball airballed, and a miss by Bunger leads to Hermiston getting the possession back. Jordan Thomas is going to have to sub out of the game. And Sydney Stephanie will replace her. Thomas again races out of the gym. And so Hermiston's got pretty much a 5-guard lineup, although Dowdy and Polzinski really would be treated as forwards. Top of the key for Stephanie, near side Ray. Underneath, Polzinski catches there, blocked from behind, stripped by Morales, who throws it up court to Pink, racing down the near side. Pink slows up, and will get it back out to Morales. Morales inside to Eubanks against Dowdy. Good step to the left and is fouled on the way to the hoop. Dowdy commits her first. 16 foul on Hermiston. And it will send Claire Eubanks to the line. 2 foul shots coming for the leading scorer for Chiawana, albeit early in this game.
Also to action for the Riverhawks, number 20, Mikaela Burton. And also
I gave Eubanks the 3-pointer that actually Bunger hit in the first quarter.
Good on the first one and off on the second one.
Yeah, missed the second. And ball knocked out off of Dowdy last. So Chiawana will keep the possession on the baseline. 5:21 left in the second quarter. 16-11 is the Riverhawks advantage. Lob it up top. And a catch there, Eubanks near side Bunger. Inside and right at the tin, easy lay-in for Eubanks. Timeout for Juan Rodriguez as the Bulldogs fall behind 18-11 with 5:14 left in the second quarter. It is a full pause. We'll take 60 seconds as well on AM 1360 KOHU. Hermiston down 18-11 with 5:08 left in the second quarter. Double dribble. Jaslyn Romero stopped her dribble, looked for a backdoor pass that was defended well by Bailey Bunger. And then Jaslyn just forgot she had already picked up her dribble.
See, and that's Hermiston's pitfall right now. They're picking up the dribble before they need to. There was no reason for her to pick up that dribble.
On the right side, Caliber. Up to a cutter and down into the hoop, but Gundis misses the shot. Stephanie up to Romero for Hermiston into the left wing. She'll spin around against Burton and clear some space. Bounce pass near side Ray into the corner for Stephanie. Tees a tray, knocks him down. Sydney Stephanie's first bucket of the ball game. Hermiston's deficit is 18-14 with 4:25 left in the second quarter. Caliber, right side for Burton, down inside, drop, picked back up, Eubanks missed it, got her own rebound, put back and foul. On the putback, Romero will send her to the line with her first foul. 17 foul on Hermiston. Oh, they gave it to Paige.
Huh?
Her third.
Wow.
Number 23, Claire Eubanks.
And so Eubanks, 2 more foul shots coming. Ranch and Home scoreboard over in Stanfield, just out of the halftime break. Umatillas lead over the Stanfield Tigers is 39-19. We didn't get the best camera position here tonight for the Umatilla Broadcast Network. A little bit low and a little bit off, and apparently we also just knocked our camera out, so.
There it is.
Eubanks, by the way, made them both. Romero, right side for Stephanie. Stephanie, skip pass across to Young. Left wing 3 ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Kaylee Young hits, and Hermiston's deficit is 20-17 with 3:47 left in the second quarter. Bulldogs hanging around. Got to keep getting stops on this end. Burton. Inside, again at the lane. Eubanks can't finish, however. Bulldogs down by 3 with the ball. 3:33 left in the second quarter. Jordan Thomas still not in the gymnasium right now. Stephanie leaves it for Ray, coming to her left. Down on the baseline for Bird. It was a low pass. Bird's fouled on the shot and is going to the line for 2 foul shots because of McKenna Caliber getting her on the arm. 15 foul on Chiawana.
First personal foul. That's the 15 foul on Riverhawk.
Bounce pass is fine there, but it's got to get up higher. Bird's 6'2".
Yeah, they're skipping it into her, and that's when it's down below the knees at the shins like that, it's impossible to pick back up.
Bird short on the first shot. Handful of changes coming for Chiawana. As Pink Bunger will come back into the game, along with Looks like Morales as well. 3:20 left in the second. Bird is able to can the second of the 2 foul shots and cut the Chiawana lead down to 2. Morales, who started this corner with a 3-pointer, brings it into the front court. Around to the right wing, Bunger up top to Burton. Between the rings, she'll lob it near side. Morales kicks into the corner. Pink tries a tray. Off the front iron, well off course, and Stephanie chases it down for Hermiston. 3 minutes left in the first half, and the Bulldogs' deficit is 2. Jaden Ray coming to her right, picks up her dribble. Bounce pass, Romero, right wing 3-ball. Little bit off iron right, into the hands of Thorne for Chiawana. She'll find Burton. Michaela Burton into the front court to Morales on the left wing. Skips back over to Burton. Burton picks up her dribble, right elbow extended. Morales top of the key, head fake and drive past Stephanie. Burton in the right corner. She'll circle into the lane with the left hand. Floated up and in, +1. Chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way on Burton's bucket.
Burton, she was fouled on the play.
Her first of the game.
First foul.
And the foul will go against Kayla Young, her first.
Burton in the line, shoot one more.
8th team foul against Hermiston. Juan Rodriguez pleading his case with the official while Burton sets up to try this foul shot. Rims it out. And the lead is 22-18 for the Riverhawks. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Romero into the front court. Kicks right corner for Stephanie. Stephanie, skip pass across, pings off of a Chiawana defender off the backboard.
Wait a minute, they got to get this call right.
They pointed towards Chiawana, but it is Hermiston ball. He said white, he just pointed the wrong way. Stephanie on the baseline into Young. Up to Ray. Right corner for Romero. Romero leaves it back for Jaden Ray. Splits defenders. Foul line floater is short. Rebound is chased down and guarded well by Bunger, who brings it into the front court. Up to Morales, right wing for Chiawana. Riverhawks looking to add on to a 4-point lead with 2:05 left in the second quarter. Pink circles into lane. Blocked away by Bird. Comes out to Burton. Throws it back inside. Another block on a Thorne attempt. That time by Young. It's out of bounds. And Chiawana has a baseline inbound. 2 blocks on the possession. Hermiston's defense, though, still has work to do. Down 22-18 with 1:54 left in the second quarter. Right wing, Pink 3, airballed it. Ray wasn't sure where it was. Out to Bunger. Morales will try the tray, rattles it home. Macy Morales, another 3-ball by her, extends the Chiawana lead to their biggest of the night at 25-18. Down to 90 seconds left in the first half. Kayla Young throws the top of the key to Romero. Got away with an extra step, and that time she might not have. No, they called a foul instead. Minute 25 left in the second. 6-team foul on Chiawana. And it's Burton going into the book. Kendall Dowdy will come in for Young as Sydney Stephanie inbounds on the baseline. Baskets to her left as she looks up. Into Dowdy. Dowdy to Ray on the left wing. Ray, one bounce and gives to Stephanie up top. Coming to the right, double team comes. Skip it to Dowdy, leave it for Ray on the left wing. The sophomore back to Stephanie. Stephanie coming to her right, has it poked out of her hands. Baseline inbound coming for Hermiston.
Yeah, Hermiston's got to find a way to get the, take the shot while they're inside the arc there.
1:06 left in the first half. Bulldogs trail by 7. Stephanie into a cutting Ray, blocked away. Bird picks it up, it's loose on the floor, and diving down Bird will force a tie-up. The jump ball, alternating possession, stays with Hermiston. A minute left, and Eubanks will come back into the game for the Riverhawks. It's alternating possession, so a discussion right now about the shot clock. And it's going to stay a 6-second shot clock. Hermiston's got to get it in and got to get a shot up quick. Stephanie throws it away. Eubanks stole it. Eubanks lobs it to Morales off her hands, out of bounds, far sideline at midcourt. So Hermiston will have a possession. Under a minute remaining, trailing 25-18. Ray to Romero. Romero left fist high above her head, calling the play. Double high screen coming to the right. She won't use it. Cutting Dowdy. Dowdy throws it across, tipped it into the hands of Eubanks. Chiawana's got it. Up by 7. Morales into the front court. Morales right wing for Pink. She'll circle up top. Delaney Pink skips near side. Agundis. Agundis finds a hole down the lane, draws a bump from Bird and earns 2 shots at the line. For Maddie Bird, it's her first foul. 9th team foul on Hermiston.
Personal fouls on Hermiston.
With 31.6 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Bulldogs have quite a few fouls. The only one in any type of foul trouble is Paige Paulzinski, who has 3 here in the first half. Agundis misses the first. Chiawana is only 3 of 8 from the foul line, and the troubles continue as Agundis misses them both, but Burton has the rebound and Chiawana keeps possession. Half a second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Chiawana backing things up, kicks to Burton in the right corner against Dowdy. 25-18 the lead. Down the lane to the 10, scoop shots off for Agundis, 12 seconds left, Romero's got it. For Hermiston, Bulldogs looking to cut into the lead before halftime. Romero against Burton. Jaslyn throws near side to Stephanie, 2 seconds left, Stephanie tripped, lost the ball, and that brings us to the end of the first half. 25-18 the scoreline. Bulldogs down by 7 as we go to the locker room at halftime. And here on the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show, well, let's just make sure of things. Both teams standing out here, waiting, talking. Didn't see the indication of a foul being called. Hermiston boys are out going through some layup drills. It might not actually be halftime yet. The officials coming to talk to the official score clock. Both teams scattered huddles in front of their own benches. I mean, looked like Sydney lost her footing, and I don't necessarily know that she did anything that would constitute a foul. Now the head coach is being called to the scorer's table. Steve Davis in his 10th year. Ever since Chiawana was a school, he's been charged of the program.
There's official timeout or halftime call.
So we've decided it is halftime. All right. Halftime here in Hermiston. And it's a 25-18 lead for the Chiawana Riverhawks. Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show is coming your way. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on AM 1360 KOHU. I'm Eric Olson alongside Sonny Leby at the Old West Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. It's halftime, and Chiawana leads the Hermiston girls basketball team 25-18 as we start the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show. Sonny, you look at the first half. Hermiston was able to take a lead at the end of the first quarter. They were then spectators as Chiawana opened the second quarter and an 8-0 run to get in front by 7, and that's a lead that's pretty much persisted for the rest of the second quarter. And Hermiston just was never able to find the scoring after that.
No, Eric, what they did was started standing around the off lot and trying to force passes through passing zones that just were not there. I mean, when the defense on you has their hands up and they've got they're playing pretty good man-to-man defense, but when they're on that way and they got good backside help, you can't force the ball, and that's what we've been doing an awful lot of, trying to force the ball into the middle. Without Jordan Thomas in there, it makes it pretty tough to get it in there to catch, turn, and shoot. Now on the outside, they've had a couple of times that they've been able to go ahead and shoot the three-point range, or at least shoot the jump shot. But again, we're just not looking for the shot. We're looking more to go ahead and pass it away.
Thomas early on was the most dominant player on the floor. Chiawana couldn't guard her with one player, which isn't to be a surprise, but she's also been limited in her minutes. A couple of different times she's come off the floor and had to run out of the gym real quickly. So she's coming back, was cleared yesterday from her concussion protocol, and we knew she wasn't going to be able to be, a 32-minute player, but the bits we've seen from her actually have to be really optimistic. Now it's just a matter of when they are able to be at full strength, and she's out there as well, not forcing it in, finding the right opening before you get the entry pass. You can't just throw it in because she's taller than everybody else and expect her to get it.
Yeah, and you saw some frustration out of her after she got the offensive foul called on the right before she had to come out of the game for her second foul, where she was trying to go ahead and do the right things, but then just didn't take the time to go ahead and square it up. She stomped her foot down on the defensive side, knew that she had messed up. Those are things that are going to come with her getting in shape and being ready to go.
So it's a 7-point lead for the reigning MCC co-champion Chiawana Riverhawks as they visit Hermiston for the first time with the teams both in the same league. And it's a night where we've got activity all across the MCC as we're kind of in full swing at this point in time. And everybody in action tonight, including Hanford hosting Richland. Kennewick is at Pasco, and we have a halftime score posted with Kamayakan leading Southridge 41-17. 25-18 the score line here at Hermiston High School, with the Hermiston girls trailing here on the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show. We'll take another 2-minute break. We'll be back after this on AM 1360 KOHU Hermiston. Yeah, it's the boys.
56, 27, what time is it?
Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show here in Hermiston on the Ranch and Home scoreboard. Her Umatilla boys with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter up in Stanfield, 56-27. The girls game will follow after that. We're expecting scores later on in the evening to come from a handful of different places around the basin, including Pilot Rock hosting Chiawana tonight in a little non-conference basketball. Erigan is at Hepner in a little Morrow County School District rivalry action. And Riverside is Holman Boardman hosting Weston McEwen. For the Pendleton teams, it was a road trip to Lewiston up in Idaho, taking on the Bengals tonight. That's all on your Ranch and Home scoreboard. 25-18 the scoreline. First half for Chiawana. Leading scorer Claire Eubanks with 7. Macy Morales added 6, 3 each from Delaney Pink and Bailey Bunger. Then 2 each from Alyssa Agundis, Kyla Burton, and Kylie Thorne. 3 of 9 from the foul line and 4 3-pointers made. For Hermiston, they got a little bit from everybody. Jordan Thomas with 4, 3 each for Jaslyn Romero, Sydney Stephanie, and Kaylee Young, and Kendall Dowdy. And then 1 point from Paige Balzinski and Maddie Bird. Bulldogs also hit 4 3-point shots. They went 2 of 4 from the foul line. Anything else that stood out to you?
Pretty even on rebounds. Both teams 11 and 10 respectively. We have 11. Biggest thing is turnovers. 13 for Hermiston in that first half, only 7 for Chiawana. And the biggest thing is the limited time of Paige Balzinski. She's going to have to be able to stay on the court for this second half if she's going to continue to play.
Well, still no Jordan Thomas on the bench nor in the starting lineup. So Paige Balzinski, Sydney Stephanie, Jaslyn Romero, Kendall Dowdy, and Jaden Ray. This is the 5 we've been used to the last couple of games with the Thomas injury. Ray rebounds, a wild miss for Chiawana to start off the second half. Hermiston down by 7. They did lead for many points of the first quarter. But Chiawana started the second quarter on an 8-0 run to get an advantage they haven't relinquished. Ray drives, dumps to Dowdy off her knee. It pings around and picked up by Bailey Bunger. Claire Eubanks, Delaney Pink, Alyssa Agundis, and Macy Morales. The 5 who've started the game out on the floor right now for the Riverhawks. Between the rings, Morales kicks near side into Eubanks, and she'll kick. Extra pass, Pink left corner, 3-ball, rims off the front iron. Balzinski rebounds, stepped out of bounds, they didn't see it. And the Chiawana fans barking for it, but Hermiston with the ball. Romero works into the paint. Floater hangs off the front iron and rims out the wrong way. Eubanks with the rebound. And Eubanks, defended by Romero, will bring it into the front court. A minute plus gone. Right wing, Bunger 3-ball, front iron off. Eubanks rebound, put back fouled, and will be going to the line for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Romero hit her on the arm. That is Jaslyn's first. And Eubanks has a chance to be the first player in double digits. Maddie Bird in. Balzinski has to come out. With 6:47 left in the third quarter. The bucket by the senior Eubanks, the first points in the third quarter. And now her foul shot to get her to 10. She does. And Chiawana's lead is 28-18. Out to 10, that's their biggest lead of the game. With 6:42 left in the third. Romero across the timeline. Dowdy, a big screen. Romero comes back the other way and gives to Stephanie. Sydney Stephanie hit a 3-pointer in the second quarter. Dowdy hit a 3-pointer to end the first quarter as the ball stripped away by Eubanks as she went into the lane. For Chiawana, Agundis will bring it into the front court. Agundis Kicks left corner. Pink tries another three ball. Air ball this one. Stephanie's got the rebound. Has it stripped away. Stephanie fights it away from a Chiawana defender. And Hermiston has numbers if Ray can bring it to the front court with pace. Bounce pass near side. Stephanie has to work to keep it in play. 2 minutes gone in the third. Hermiston down 28-18. Ray on the right wing. Holding on the perimeter. Looking for a cutter. Now needs somebody to come get it from her. 9 on the shot clock. Stephanie, right baseline, lobs it up top to Dowdy. Dowdy catches. Dowdy goes down the left lane. Will have to shoot. Has it knocked out of her hands. And a shot clock violation. Second one of the game on Hermiston. Shot clock is not new to Hermiston, but it used to be kind of like going to a foreign country when they played a Washington school and had to contend with it. Now they are in the foreign country, and they have it 30 seconds in the girls' game, 35 in the boys' game. Eubanks down inside, catch, turn, and lay in for Kylie Thorne. Her second bucket of the ball game. Chiawana's lead is now 30-18. Bulldogs still looking for a bucket, and they steal other direction. All by herself. Eubanks to the 10 and lays it in. She's got 12. 32-18.
Yeah, here's that tentative play again, Eric. We're not making crisp passes, and we're just kind of being lackadaisical out front.
Dowdy to Stephanie. Stephanie into the lane. Kicks Dowdy on the left wing. Dowdy into the paint. Back up to Young. Young to Stephanie. Three ball. Off iron. Thorne rebounds it for Chiawana out to Morales far sideline. 4:45 on the clock in the third quarter. Entry pass to Thorne. Knocked away. Thorne rips it away off of the floor. Out to Bunger. Three ball too hard. Rebounded by Agundis. Back to Morales. New shot clock for the Riverhawks. Eubanks. Stuck. Kicks it out near side to Bunger and back up top. 4:30 on the clock in the third. Riverhawks looking to add to what is now a 14-point advantage. Eubanks down inside. Good seal by Thorne. Can't make the layup right at the rim open. And Hermiston's got it with Stephanie coming the other direction. 4:15 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs. Stephanie gets tripped. No whistle. Agundis. And then it's picked out of Thorne's hands. Coming the other direction, Ray into the front court. Halfway through the third quarter. Bulldogs still looking for their first points of the second half. Stephanie coming right, leaves it for Ray. Ray down the lane, fouled on a righty floater attempt. And Jaden Ray will go to the line to shoot 2 foul shots. Foul is the first on Chiawana in the second half, and it's Kylie Thorne's third foul. Jaden Ray, her 2 points at Kennewick on Saturday were both from the foul line. She is well short on this one. Caitlin Heidemann will come into the game for Sydney Stephanie. Kendall Dowdy is out, and Jasmine Romero returns for Hermiston. Michaela Burton, who's played quite a few minutes off of the bench for Chiawana, is back into the game to defend one of Hermiston's guards. Ray is able to hit the second, and so Hermiston is able to get on the scoreboard in the second half. Down 32-19. Into Eubanks, double team comes from Romero, out to the right side. Three ball swished by Morgan Hirai. Hirai just into the game for the first time here in the third quarter. Extends the Chiawana lead to 35-19. 3:30 left in the third period. Young on the near sideline, up top of the key, Romero to her left, dumps it underneath to Bird. Bird and Romero both there. Bird slings it out. Nobody's in front of the Hermiston bench. Ray chases down and then is hit on the arm by Delaney Pink. Pink's first, second team foul on Chiawana. Riverhawks will return to the game. Sophomore Sydney Guzman for Eubanks. And Bird will come out for Polzinski on the Hermiston side. Ray to inbound into the backcourt. Jasmine Romero will bring it into the front court. Guarded by Agundis. Ray up top, near side, gives to Young. Young looking for a cutter. Young will put it on the floor. Offensive foul called off of the ball, away from the action. And Jaden Ray called for the player control foul. Second on Hermiston, and it's Ray's first with 3:07 left in the third quarter. 35-19 the advantage right now for Chiawana. They look to add to it. Burton on the perimeter. Gives to Hirai. Top of the key. Pink skips to Hirai. Now back out to Burton. Agundis coming down the right lane. Draws contact, and Paulzinski just picked up her fourth. Third team foul on Hermiston. Dowdy's back to the scorer's table.
That's her fourth personal foul. 13 foul. Number 2, Alyssa Agundis at the line.
Agundis at the line with 2 foul shots coming.
Kendall Dowdy back in action. Bulldogs replacing Paulzinski.
Paulzinski has to come out, and Dowdy will come back in. Agundis missed the first as the poor foul shooting continues for the Riverhawks. 4 of 12 now from the charity stripe, but their lead is 35-19 with 2:38 left in the third quarter. Romero drives into traffic, and a blocking foul is called, I think, on Burton. That'll be the case. Burton's second. Now 3 on Chiawana. With 2:37 left in the third quarter, Hermiston will have a baseline inbound. Still looking for a field goal here in the second half. Just one Ray free throw so far. Heidemann to inbound. He's got to get it in. Young in the left corner catches. Bounces out to Ray. Knocked away from her, but out of bounds. This stays Hermiston ball, with Pink going down to the floor to get it. Well, Chiawana right now, they're winning the hustle stats. They're winning the finishing stats. And they're winning on the scoreboard by 16. Ray lobs to Young on the left wing. Dowdy hands off to Romero, working down the left lane. A foul. And they're going to give Jaslyn shots on that one, too,
wow,
which seemed generous.
Nice NBA continuation.
That's her first personal foul, fourth team foul.
Agundis' first, 14 foul. No, they do put it on the floor. Okay, he said 2. Oh, it was 2 is the player number. Dowdy blocked on a shot attempt on the inbound. Agundis gets it. Up near half court. 2:10 left in the third quarter. 35-19 the scoreline. Burton near sideline to Agundis. Up top to Hirai. Down into Burton, who fell down. It's overhead and out of bounds. A minute 59 left in the third, and Hermiston, I look at it this way, only down by 16, even though they have not scored a field goal in this third period.
They've only taken 2 shots in this third period.
Dowdy has it at the top of the key. Romero, 3 ball, way too hard, and it rims into the hands of Guzman, who's tied up immediately. Jump ball possessions with Hermiston with a minute 41 left in the third quarter. Macy Morales, the senior, will come back into the game and give Agundis, the junior, a break. Caitlin Heidemann, Hermiston's freshman shooter, will line up to inbound. Into Romero, it's tipped. Romero will circle out, give to Young on the left wing, back up to the top of the key. Around to Ray right side and back to Heidemann up top. Near side, give to Young. Young will dribble baseline, stuck there, skips it back out right into the hands of Pink, who stepped in front of the pass looking for Ray. Up court and down the right lane, a lay-in for Guzman. Her first points of the game. 37-19 with a minute 14 left in the third quarter. Juan Rodriguez had said they run a very similar offense, and Chiawana is feasting on the fact they know exactly where the passes are going. Heidemann, right corner, 3 ball, airballed, and a foul as Pink is pushed down by Dowdy, who commits her second. 14 foul on Hermiston. Sydney Stephanie will come back in for Kaylee Young, and Claire Eubanks, the leading scorer in this game with 12, will return for Chiawana. I mean, there's a little bit of telegraphing, but there's a little bit of, it's almost like Chiawana knows where the next pass is going.
Yeah, and a little bit of being really kind of lethargic out there right now.
Burton throws it off at Dowdy's knee out of bounds on the baseline. Chiawana will inbound.
Hermiston's just got to continue to keep moving. Instead of moving away from the basket, flash to the basket occasionally and see if they can get Chiawana to start chasing.
Hirai at the top of the key, leaves it for Morales, guarded by Heidemann. Out to Burton. Man-to-man defense for Hermiston. Pink down the lane against Ray and leaves it on the perimeter. Hirai walked into the lane and a traveling violation. We'll give it back to Hermiston with 31.6 seconds left in the third quarter. 37-19. It's not a shutout quarter for Chiawana, but they've kept Hermiston from making a field goal in this period. Up top for Ray, offset to the right. Now Romero between the rings, goes to her right side, loses the handle, gets it back in front of the standing student section. Hermiston with about a half second between shot clock and game clock, looking for the final shot. Dowdy high pick for Romero, and a foul is going to be called on Burton. Trying to fight her way through the high pick, she picks up her third. Fifth team foul on Chiawana, and it leaves Hermiston with 6.1 seconds left in the third quarter. That also might have been Steve Davis saying, let's just take a foul to give now. Stephanie skips near side. Heidemann, runner is short and just short of the buzzer. And it brings us to the end of the third. No field goals for Hermiston in the third quarter. They trail 37-19 as we go to the fourth in 1 minute on AM 1360 KOHU. I'm Eric Keith Sunday. It's the Old West Federal Credit Union broadcast booth high atop Hermiston High School's Purple Gym. Chiawana Riverhawks visiting Hermiston. First time the teams are foes in the Mid-Columbia Conference. And the Chiawana girls lead at 37-19 as we start the fourth quarter. Hermiston still without a field goal in the second half. Right wing, three ball hoisted around and out for Agundis, and Hermiston's Jaslyn Romero has the rebound to bring it into the front court. Romero splits two defenders down under the baseline, circles back up top to Sydney Stephanie. One bounce, tries a three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Finally, Hermiston finds a bucket to get on the scoreboard in the second half with a field goal. And the lead is 37-22. A comeback is not impossible. Morales into the right corner for Agundis. Down inside, Eubanks kicks left corner. A three for Pink is off. Rebound to the foul line. Eubanks, her jumper is around and out. Romero's got the rebound. Chiawana cold on the first couple of shots here in the fourth quarter. Stephanie throws a pass stolen away by Morales. For Chiawana, it's a 3-on-2. Bounce pass far side to Pink. Pink will slow things up. Up top to Bunger. Morales a three off the back iron into the hands of Stephanie. Hermiston has to take advantage of these Chiawana misses, though, trailing by 15 with 6:39 left in the fourth quarter. In between games, Casey Arstein, the head coach for the boys, will talk about the ability to come back is a bit easier when you're at home with the home faithful behind you and just the familiarity of your gym. Ray at the left elbow kicks to Dowdy. Left wing three, hoisted too hard. And Eubanks has the rebound on the backside. The buzzer went for a shot clock, but everybody will keep going. And a jog into the front court. To a cutting Agundis, kicks Morales, right wing three. Front iron off, Bird skies for the board and gets it to Romero. Jaslyn Romero to Kendall Dowdy on the near side. Maddie Bird, Sydney Stephanie, and Jaden Ray, who has it right now. The five on the floor for Hermiston. Near sideline to Romero, who's got just 3 points in this game. Passes stolen away. Delaney Pink the other end. Will take it herself all the way to the 10. Scoops it, and it hangs on the front iron and rolls in. Pink's got 5. And 39-22 with about 2.5 minutes gone in a low-scoring contest here in the fourth quarter. 5:25 remaining. Romero on the left wing. Just a 3-ball early in the game. Agundis and company have defended Romero well. Ray lofts it near side to Dowdy. Dowdy looking inside for Bird. There's a cutting Stephanie. Stephanie back out on top. Romero, how about a 3 with 2 seconds on the shot clock? Too hard. Pink's got the rebound, and Pink will race down the far sideline for Chiawana. Leave it to Morales. Morales might have got away with an extra step. Back to Pink. Pink will drive and then kick to Agundis between the rings. 3 minutes plus gone in the fourth quarter. The lead is 17 right now for the Riverhawks. The sophomore Pink has 5 points. Coming to her right, leaves it for Agundis. Stephanie goes tumbling. Pink into the right corner, 3-ball there. High arcing shot is off back iron, and Bunger's got the board. Timeout, 30-second variety for the Chiawana Riverhawks. Their first of the contest with 4:36 left in the fourth quarter. 39-22 is the advantage right now for Chiawana.
You know, and Eric, we keep talking about Hermiston's got to keep going towards the basket. It isn't going to get done if we're out there waiting for something to happen, whether a screen's not coming out and where Jocelyn can go ahead and work off that screen, or somebody's got to come out and set the pick and roll so we can go ahead and get something to start attacking the basket. Right now, sitting out there perimeter-wise and then dumping it in to arguably probably one of our smallest girls, Stephanie, on the block down inside, isn't going to get the basket.
So 4.5 minutes remaining. Chiawana's lead is 39-22 out of their timeout. 3-ball hoisted and off and rebounded by Romero. Chiawana, they want to shoot some threes. That's kind of, at this point, with the lead they have, why not until some type of comeback is shown, so they can just kind of sit on the perimeter and hoist.
Personal foul is on Chiawana, number 5.
Delaney Pink called for a foul, her second in the 16 foul.
16 foul on Riverhawks.
Hermiston's got a baseline inbound. Just the Sydney Stephanie 3-point shot. Offensive foul off of the ball called on Jaslyn Romero. Her second. Trying to fight her way through a defender. 15 foul on Hermiston. So as we get to the halfway point of the fourth quarter, the lead is 39-22. At the top of the key, Kylie Thorne skips left side for Pink. Pink down on the baseline for Eubanks. Across to Thorne, fouled there by Bird. And Thorne, who has 4 points tonight, has a couple of foul shots coming on Maddie Bird's second. 16 foul. Final score in Stanfield, and the Umatilla boys win 68-29.
The line for Chiawana, number 24, Kylie Thorne.
They reversed tonight, so the Umatilla girls and the Stanfield Tigers will be playing shortly. Umatilla girls, first win of the season was on Friday against Stanfield in the Columbia River Clash that they were hosting. Then they beat Chiawana on Saturday, trying to make it 3 wins in a row. 1 of 2 trip for Thorne. Chiawana, though, has the offensive rebound. Thorne on the baseline, leaves it for a cutting Eubanks. Easy float in at the 10. 14 points for Claire Eubanks, the senior, to lead all scores. And it's out to a 42-22 lead for the Riverhawks. Kaylee Young to Stephanie. Stephanie down the right lane into traffic. Leaves it underneath. Stephanie goes tumbling. And it's Eubanks lobbing it up court to Burton. Burton slows up, hands off to Morales. 3:20 left in the fourth quarter. And the Riverhawks with a bucket could double up Hermiston. Down inside to Thorne. She loses her balance, loses the handle. Romero's got the steal. And Romero gets away from Burton into the front court for Hermiston. A little more than 3 minutes left. Bulldogs down by 18. Excuse me, by 20. Top of the key, Young will try 3, off iron right. Thorne has it out of her hands, but it tips off of Ray last. It's Chiawana's possession.
Palczynski back in line for the Bulldogs, along with number 21, Sydney Guzman for the Riverhawks.
2:57 left in the fourth quarter, 42-22. The Riverhawks advantage. Down inside to Thorne, and they're going to call her for a walk before she ever got the shot up.
And she did a great job of turning and facing him, and once she picked up her dribble, she just decided she wanted to try and get that little extra step right in the middle of Bird. Unfortunately, that was the travel.
Seems to play in Chiawana on Saturday, January 12th. It also started at 5:45. Palczynski down on the baseline. Good move to get past Eubanks. Missed the shot, partially blocked. Palczynski gets it back, and she stepped out of bounds on the near sideline, diving into the scorer's table. And a little bit gingerly hobbled as she gets back up. 2:27 left in the fourth quarter. 42-22 in favor of the visitors. Around the perimeter, they'll work with a four-out motion. Near side for Chiawana's sophomore Guzman. Three-ball put up, missed by Caliber, who might have got herself a Charlie horse. We see Brooke Thorne, the 5'10 sophomore for the first time for Thorne. And Cameron Cartwright, the 6-foot freshman, in for Burton. So, 10th-year head coach Steve Davis has cleared the bench for the final 2:08, up 42-22. Comfort level is, well, where you would expect it to be, up by 22, up by 20. Can't do math, never could. Ray down the lane and loses the ball, gets out to Bird. Bird throws it over Young into the backcourt, and Young will chase it down and be called for an over and back violation.
Possession goes to the Riverhawks.
Boy, I don't know, Eric. We're just a step slow on everything tonight.
This is undoubtedly the best team Hermiston has played. Kennewick was fine, but Kennewick was kind of limited to two players. Traveling violation on Chiawana to turn it back over to Hermiston. But this team is light years past LeGrand and Lewiston.
Yes.
And they've got some quickness. They're really good on the perimeter, just not allowing Hermiston to get a lot of open looks. Ray on the right side, underneath for Palczynski. Palczynski fouled as she had a nice hesitation move and got Brooke Thorne to fly across her and atop of her. Thorne commits the 17th foul on Chiawana.
Number 4, Brooke Thorne, her first personal foul.
Nice try by Palczynski and Jaden Ray.
Palczynski should be shooting 1 and 1.
1 and 1, so Paige, who has 1 point tonight on a foul shot made on a 1-2 trip in the first quarter, is able to get a shooter's roll on her first and earn one more. Limited tonight in playing time because of some foul trouble. The sophomore will tee up another foul shot with 1:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. 2-for-2 trip. Paige has got 3. 1:25 left in the fourth. 42-24 the score. Around the perimeter, Chiawana will work. Cartwright to the near sideline. Eubanks is still out there. Check that, that's Caliber. A senior, though. Morgan Hirai will force one up, off iron, into the hands of Palczynski. Under a minute remaining. Bulldogs down 42-24. Ray on the right wing. Up top to Young, leaves for Stephanie, back to Ray. Motion around the top. Palczynski coming to her right, works into the paint, flings one up as she goes tumbling. The defender goes tumbling. Palczynski might have fouled her, but with 42-24 on the scoreboard and under 40 seconds remaining, we're not going to whistle that one for sure. Cartwright on the right wing. Shouldn't either, by the way. Just let the pace of the game go. Caliber on the left wing. Back up top. And here's Cartwright. Chiawana will milk most of the shot clock here. Near side for Cartwright. Cartwright works into the paint and she's tripped. And Paige Paulzinski will remember her first game with Chiawana as a game where she fouled out. Her fifth. She'll finish with 3 points. And Kendall Dowdy comes into the game. Dowdy, the fellow sophomore, hit a 3-point shot on the left wing at the buzzer of the first quarter to put Hermiston in front 11-10. Chiawana started the second quarter with an 8-0 run, and they have never looked back, holding Hermiston to without a field goal in the third quarter. And here in the fourth quarter, just the Sydney Stephanie 3-point shot and a couple of Paulzinski foul shots. Right, they waved off that first for a violation. Cartwright's second is good. 43-24, final 5 seconds. Stephanie to Young to Ray, top of the key. Ray has her pocket picked, and it's 43-24. As a final score here tonight, Chiawana's Riverhawks improved to 2-1, and Hermiston falls to 1-3. Halfway through our varsity doubleheader tonight, Chiawana and Hermiston in the doghouse at Hermiston High School in Mid-Columbia Conference action. We'll come back, a short Sway Motors post-game show coming your way. We'll get you your final stats from this one when we come back at AM 1360 KOHU.
They ended up giving it to her.
Okay. Merrick Olson, he's Sonny Levy in the Old West Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. It's the Sway Motors post-game show where the Hermiston girls fall to the Chiawana Riverhawks 43-24. Hermiston did lead through most of the first quarter, and Kendall Downey had a 3-point shot at the end of the first quarter to give Hermiston 11-10 lead. That 3-point shot at the buzzer for Dowdy, the USA Subs and Grill play of the game, and really, to be blunt, the last highlight for Hermiston. Chiawana opened the second quarter with an 8-0 run, and Hermiston was never able to fully claw themselves back into this contest. In fact, Hermiston tonight hit 5 3-point shots and just 2 other field goals. They had 7 field goals tonight. Jordan Thomas twice at the rim, and then everything else for everybody else came outside of the arc. Credit Chiawana's defense tonight.
Yeah, their defense played very well, and also credit Hermiston's ability not to attack the basket. I mean, when you only go to the basket 8 times total in a game where you're losing this bad, that shows that you're not willing to go ahead and make a penetration to go ahead and try and take this game to your opponent. That also means that you have more opportunities for the 2-point basket. And we just did not attack the basket tonight. Something that we talked about in the pregame that we needed to do was be aggressive and attack the basket.
I know, I'm just trying to be the happy sunshine guy. Chiawana's really good.
Yeah, they are.
Their defense is incredibly good, and that's part of the reason Hermiston just wasn't able to find lanes. They're not as fast. Chiawana's faster. I guess what Juan Rodriguez expected to happen was what happened tonight. You'd like to see this team, you'd like to see the players who do have the speed to be able to go one-on-one with these Chiawana players, get to the rim. But, I mean, even 5 3-pointers, they also didn't take a lot of those either.
No,
they just didn't shoot much.
No, they didn't. And they stopped moving. After Jordan Thomas went out of the game, they stopped moving. The whole team stopped moving. When we had the ball up on the perimeter, you've got to be able to go ahead and continue to make your moves up on top. You just can't stop your game.
Scoring tonight, Sydney Stephanie ends up the leading scorer with 6 points. She'll be the Delish Bistro player of the game. 2 3-point shots made. Jordan Thomas had 4 in limited time tonight. Paige Paulzinski, Kayla Young, Kendall Dowdy each had 3, along with Jaslyn Romero. And then Jaden Ray and Maddie Bird 1 point apiece. Hermiston 5 of 8 from the foul line and 5 3-point shots made. Leading scorer in the game, Claire Eubanks had 14 for Chiawana. She was 4 or 5 from the foul line, which was the bright spot for them. As a team, they went 7 of 16 from the charity stripe. They also hit 5 3-point shots tonight. After Eubanks' 14, Macy Morales had 6, 5 points from Delaney Pink and Kylie Thorne off of the bench with 5. 3 each from Bailey Bunger and Morgan Hirai, and 2 for Cameron Cartwright, Sydney Guzman, Michaela Burton, and that rounds it out for this Chiawana Riverhawks team. Other numbers, Sonny?
Just Juan is not going to be real happy with the turnover ratio. They had 24 rebounds, but 24 turnovers in this game. Again, Jordan Thomas had a good start, but then she had to leave. Paige Paulzinski came in that second half, came back with very, very limited time, was able to go ahead and pull down 3 rebounds in the remainder of her game. But, you can't be out-rebounded that badly in a game and turn the ball over that many times.
So the Bulldogs fall to 1-3. Chiawana improves to 2-1, and they're now 2-0 in their title defense. They were co-champions last year in the Mid-Columbia Conference. Boys basketball is coming your way. Next, we'll transition over to our Sway Motors pregame show. When we come back in 2 minutes, Casey Arstein, head coach of the Hermiston boys, on their matchup with the Chiawana Riverhawks on AM 1360 KOHU.
like she was ready. Every time she got to make the movement quite a bit, she had to run off the court. Well, our whole team is. Jaslyn looks like shit again tonight.
Boys look good at Kennewick. We were up there last week or Saturday.
Yeah. This will be a different test.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Well, 6'8", 6'5", 6'4", 6'4", 6'3".
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, we'll see if we can recover. I mean, if we can out-quick them. They look like they got some quick kids too.
These guys consider the best team in the conference.
Richmond and then these guys probably. It's probably going to come down to the Richmond and Chiawana for the lead. But
They kind of like that one kid that's hard, isn't it? Tough. Gonna beat his kid or something. It's a hard time to not find.
yeah. All right, see you later. Dave, how you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Doghouse for exciting boys basketball action on Tuesday evening in Hermiston. Tonight we feature the second game of a Mid-Columbia Conference doubleheader. In earlier action tonight, the varsity girls played. The final score was Chiawana 44, Hermiston 24. Please welcome the visiting team tonight. Boys play the Chiawana Riverhawks. Riverhawks are 3-1 on the season and 1-0 in league play. Also, please give a big welcome to your hometown Hermiston Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are 3-0 to start the season and are 1-0 in league play by virtue of their win over the Kennewick Lions at the Lions Den this past Saturday. In earlier action today in JV boys play, the Hermiston boys and Chiawana boys were in a close one. Hermiston winning by 2, scored 57-55. Tonight's referees are Kendrick Jackson, Matt Griffin, and Greg Mitchell. Your official scoring book will be kept by Brittany Smith. The score clock, the perfect pairing of Sandy and Soraya Wise, and your media specialist is none other than Jacob Levy. Now let's meet the coaches, beginning first with the visiting Chiawana Riverhawks. He is in his 10th year as head coach ever since the school's opened, Chad Aaron. His assistants this evening are Gary Jones, Mike Brown, Kenton Alford, Eric Wren, and Dan Sonderland. And also please welcome the head coach in his 3rd year here at Hermiston High School, Casey Armstein. They'll be assisted this evening by Taylor Smith, Ricardo Sotelo, Anthony Landeros, and Riley Smith. Now ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your starters for both the Chiawana Riverhawks and your Hermiston Bulldogs. Number 2 is a 6'5" sophomore for Chiawana, Kobe Young. And for the Hermiston Bulldogs, number 1, a 6'3" senior, Ryan Andreessen. For the Chiawana Riverhawks, number 10 is a 6'6" junior, Cooper DeWitt. And for the Hermiston Bulldogs, a 6'2" senior, number 3, Caesar Ortiz. For Chiawana, number 23, a 6'0" sophomore, Jaden Martinez. And for the Hermiston Bulldogs, number 11, a 5'10" senior, Andrew James.
Back in Hermiston High School, the lights have been drawn and the starters are being introduced before our boys contest. I'm Eric Keith Sunny. It's Bulldog Basketball at AM 1360 KOHU, and we welcome you as well if you join us online at gohermiston.com. Our new web stream powered by Eastern Oregon Telecom. Internet at the speed of life. So they introduced the starters. Let's meet the starters as well. The assistant coach is Chad Heron. His introductions are brought to you by Rick's Car Wash. A point guard is 6 feet 6 inches tall, junior Cooper DeWitt. Shooting guard, the 6'5" sophomore Kobe Young. On the wing, the 6 foot tall sophomore Jaden Martinez. On the inside, the 6'5" junior Seth Schmidt. And the center is the 6'8" senior Matthew Kroner. The Chiawana Riverhawks are coached by Chad Heron, who's assisted by Gary Jonas, Mike Brown, Kenton Alford, Eric Warren, assisted by Braden Backey and Dan Sonderland, the volunteer assistants, and the athletic trainer is Brooke Robert. For the Hermiston Bulldogs, the 5 we've become accustomed to, the 6'3" senior Ryan Andreessen, the 6 foot senior Caesar Ortiz, the 5'10" senior Andrew James, the 6 foot senior Jordan Ramirez, and the 6'1" senior Adrian Mendez. Bulldogs coached by Casey Armstein. He's assisted by Anthony Landeros, Taylor Smith, Ricardo Sotelo, and Riley Smith. The trainers Dan Emery, the superintendent Tricia Mooney, principal Tom Spoo, the athletic director Larry Usher, and his assistant is Lindy Thompson, most important to the athletic department. Ryan Andreessen wins the tip, and the Bulldogs attacking left to right in the home all-white uniforms with white numerals and lettering trimmed in black, and the purple, as we learned, is down the sides. Lob inside, Andreessen lays it in from Andrew James to start the scoring tonight for Hermiston. Riverhawks did lose to Hermiston 76-67 last year. Other end of the floor, missed shot by DeWitt, the point guard. And Hermiston with some pace. Down inside, bounce it off of the foot of Mendez, blocked away, rejected by Seth Schmidt. Down the near side, Cooper DeWitt will skip it across to the right. Martinez inside DeWitt against Ortiz. Back to DeWitt on the left wing. Around a high pick and roll to Kroner. Kroner on the baseline, poked away, and Andreessen has it, passes though behind James, out of bounds. About a minute in, Hermiston's lead is 2-zip over this Chiawana team that's 3-1, and they are 1-0 after opening up with a win against Hanford this past Friday night. Hermiston won at Kennewick on Saturday, and what ended up being a thrilling 72-64 victory for the Bulldogs. They're the only team 3-0 in the MCC. A three-pointer tried by Kroner off the iron into the hands of Ortiz. Up court to Ramirez. Ramirez will drive in the lane, leave it off. Andreessen left side lay in. Andreessen's got 4 on another assist. for Jordan Ramirez. He racks them up, especially early in games as teams are kind of spread out. 90 seconds in, 4-0 Hermiston. Kroner down inside, Andreessen with the help. Kroner will rifle across to the right side. Young up top. DeWitt tries the tray, back iron off. Andreessen has it poked out of his hands. Hermiston ball.
Out of bounds on Chiawana, it's Hermiston basketball.
Riverhawks 70-47 against Hanford on Friday. Their girls had only played 2 games. They've played 4. Beat Davis, who Hermiston's going to on Saturday night after a home game here against Pasco on Friday night. You'll be able to hear that here on the radio. Ramirez up top to Andrew James. Coming to his left, spins to the right side, drops it underneath. Mendez lays it in. Adrian Mendez, he had 8 points quickly at Kennewick on Saturday night on an assist from Andrew James. 6-0 Bulldogs, a little more than 2 minutes in. Ramirez picks the pocket of DeWitt. Then Ramirez is tripped in a foul called on Cooper DeWitt. The first foul of the game either way. Pauses the clock with 5:47 in the first quarter, and Hermiston in front 6-0.
And that's what we needed to see out of the girls, is start off with a little bit of aggressiveness going, at this team.
Chiawana middle of the pack a year ago, 11-12. They finished 9-5 to get into the top half of what was at that time an 8-team Mid-Columbia Conference. 9-5 their MCC record. Cesar Ortiz has it between the rings. Right side for Ramirez. Ramirez given some space, drives and is called for a traveling violation. He might have actually dinged himself on his way in there.
Yeah, he got a knee right to the thigh.
Officials time to check on Ramirez with 5 minutes 28 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A 6-0 lead for Hermiston. Ramirez says, I'm good. And this gives Hermiston a chance actually to go full court pressure. Seth Schmidt to put it in play. Ramirez right there with DeWitt. A 6'6" point guard. So Jordan's giving up about 6 inches. DeWitt moves into the front court. And the handoff is knocked away by James, but picked up by Martinez, and Ramirez pokes it out of bounds.
Good hustle and good at getting the hands up by Hermiston into the passing lanes, both times by James and by Ramirez, that turnaround.
Jaden Martinez lobs it across. Kobe Young, left baseline, throws it into the lane. Knocked down by Mendez and picked up by Andreessen for Hermiston. Ortiz down the near sideline for the Bulldogs, looking to add to their 6-0 lead. Andrew James, long 3-ball, top of the key, front iron off, and the rebound comes down to Martinez. Up court to Young. Young attacks James and lays it in. First points of the game for Chiawana come with 3 minutes gone in the quarter. 6-2, the Hermiston advantage. Andreessen up top, comes near side for Andrew James. And back to Andreessen in the corner. Andreessen scored the opening points of the game. Top of the key, Ortiz knocks down a long 3. Cesar Ortiz, if he's hot early, that's dangerous. 9-2, the Hermiston advantage. Up the other end, Kroner fouled on his way to the hoop by Mendez. Mendez will make Matthew Kroner earn the 2 points at the foul line with the first foul of the game on Hermiston.
Nice job that time by the way undersized Mendez to get up there and make sure that he could not get the basket up to the rim. Miss on the first one. That's a good key for Hermiston.
These two teams know each other really quite well. Even though they haven't been together as foes in the Mid-Columbia Conference till this year. Casey Arstein had a in-depth scouting report on this team just based on the things they've seen in the past, the things they remember from last year. A lot of players back for both sides. So Kroner made 1. It's 9-3 Hermiston. Andreessen left corner. Pocket 3-ball! Ryan Andreessen's got 7 of Hermiston's 12 and a 9-point advantage nearing the halfway point of the first quarter. Up top, DeWitt between the rings, loses his dribble, lobs it to Young on the near side. Young one bounce, skips across, Martinez right corner, 3-ball, too hard, rebound pinged into the air. Young tips it back into play, and Andrew James has it. The second team All-MCC quarterback looked up court, thought about the long pass to Ortiz. He'll do the check down route to Ramirez. Andreessen left corner, he'll circle back up top. Ortiz left open, another three, back iron too hard, and Seth Schmidt skies for the rebound. Nobody's made a change yet, 3:32 on the clock, lobbed over everybody by Kobe Young out of bounds. And Casey Arstein saying, all right, slow it down. While at the same time, Larry Usher's saying, keep going, keep shooting. He's talking to Cesar Ortiz. The athletic director, the longtime former coach here in Hermiston for a little more than a decade. He's got that baseline position. He will often shout words of encouragement and other words as well. Andreessen on the right wing. He'll drive baseline, leaves it underneath for Blake Davis, just came into the game. Somehow that's still in play. It is Jaden Martinez was out of bounds and he kept dribbling it. The ball never went out. It's lost out of bounds on the other end.
Wow, that's unreal there.
It was so bold, maybe the official was confused as well. I mean, he was all the way standing out of bounds, but the ball was in play. It's like soccer, Sonny. The whole of the ball's got to be out of over the line. Cole Smith in for Hermiston. Andreessen on the left wing, drive it against Martinez, cut off, he'll get it back out to Cesar Ortiz, deep even by his standards right now at about 33 feet. 2:50 left first quarter. Ramirez will come reset with 15 on the 35-second shot clock. Bulldogs lead is 12-3. Ramirez right side. Leaves it for Smith. Smith to Ortiz. Up top to Andreessen. 5 in the shot clock. Andreessen dumps it up to Blake Davis. He will miss the shot. Rebound, put it back. Missed that as well. Kobe Young has on the second effort. Left side DeWitt. He'll leave it. Martinez. 3 ball. Way too hard. Pings all the way out to half court and out of bounds on the far sideline. Chiawana keeps the possession. They make some changes, with Connor Mendez coming into the game, along with Brennan Bunger. Hermiston, a 9-point lead with 2:20 left in the first quarter. Second of a doubleheader here tonight. The Chiawana girls winning earlier on, 43-24 on the Ranch and Home scoreboard. DeWitt left corner, steps inside a 3. Blake Davis ties him up, blocking a shot attempt.
Nice job.
Afterwards, Kroner tried to dunk, and he got rim checked, but it was after the whistle. And now we have to check on the arrow. Hermiston won the tip, so it should be Chiawana ball, with 2:02 left in the first quarter. Chad Herron, the head coach, he's been at Chiawana, like his counterpart on the girls' side, Steve Davis, since the Riverhawks opened the building a decade ago. Chiawana down 12-3. 2:02 left. Right into the block to Schmidt, and a foul there on Ortiz. Caesar's foul is his first, and just the second on Hermiston. And just the third foul between either team in the first 6 minutes of this game. Into the right corner for DeWitt. DeWitt lobs it inside. Schmidt got inside position, +1. Andreessen came and undercut him a little bit, and Andreessen picks up the foul that will allow Seth Schmidt to the line to try to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Oh, they gave it on Blake? Ooh. Blake did, I mean, that's lucky for Andreessen. In the economy of fouls, Andreessen's are just a little bit more valuable because of the minutes he's on the floor right now compared to Blake. So Davis called for the foul. Andreessen near side to Cole Smith. Cole Smith circling into the paint. Too hard, but fouled on the arm with his right-handed runner. Looks like Schmidt will give the foul back. He will. Second foul on Chiawana. Pauses the clock with 1:42 remaining in the first quarter. And Cole Smith cans the first and earns one more. Bulldogs finished 25 of 34 from the charity stripe against Kennewick. They get to the line a lot. Now, a couple of games ago here against Lewiston, that wasn't a good thing because they shot 48% from the line. Ramirez with an interception. Hermiston the other direction with a full head of steam. Smith to the lane, takes it to the 10, rim checked into the hands of Kroner. Up court for Chiawana, down the left lane, Mendez lays it in. Quickly there, Chiawana's picked up their pace, and Hermiston's lead is 14-7. Chiawana putting a couple of buckets in a row together. Minute 9 left in the first quarter. Ortiz, Andreessen Smith wants it in the left corner. Instead, Andreessen at the top of the key. Near side Ramirez, drive into traffic, goes tumbling as he misses the shot, rebounded by Schmidt. For Chiawana, down the far sideline. DeWitt leaves it for a cutting Schmidt. Into the lane, Kroner at the basket, lays it in, 14-9. Chiawana just woke up, 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Casey Arstein told us in the pregame, and that coach's interview brought to you by Ranch and Home, it's a game of runs. Andreessen leaves it for Ortiz, tees a tray, rolls it in. Cesar Ortiz, second three-pointer here in the quarter. 17-9, the Hermiston advantage. Final 20 seconds of the first period. Andreessen picks a pocket, dives and blocks the ball away from Mendez, but Mendez in the backcourt picks it back up. Tipped by Ortiz on the left wing. Bunger keeps the possession. Kroner inside to Schmidt. Schmidt going to work, and a whistle will be called on the floor.
Called it on Cole.
Cole Smith will get called for his first 4-team foul. Sergio Madrigal, the 5'10 junior, will come into the game for Ortiz. Kobe Young, Jaden Martinez return, and for the first time we see Taylor Perez, a 5'11 sophomore guard. Just 7 ticks of the clock left in the first quarter. Martinez lobs it inside. Schmidt, righty hook, Scott off. Young rebound, follow, put back in. Kobe Young ends the quarter with the bucket to make the game a 17-11 Hermiston lead after one quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds on AM 1360 KOHU. Lead is 17-11 after the first 8 minutes of action. Larry Usher out onto the floor with a towel, so we have a bit of a delay before we start the second period. Good start for Hermiston, but Chiawana adjusted well defensively, and we're able to make Hermiston just do a little bit different things, work harder for points essentially.
Yeah, I mean, they stopped being able to give up that, Hermiston from getting that easy backdoor, dish over to Andreessen that was charging hard up the backside. Now Hermiston just needs to continue to go ahead and push that to where they're going and make, Chiawana keep chasing, because that's what got them the lead when Chiawana was having to hurry and rush and chase a Hermiston ball all around the court.
Well, Matthew Kroner didn't check in, so he will start at the scorers table as we start the second quarter. Hermiston up 17-11 and with the ball in the home white uniforms, attacking left to right. Andrew James, Cole Smith, Adrian Mendez, who lost the ball out of bounds on the far sideline. Sergio Madrigal and Ryan Andreessen. Chiawana will bring 3 new players on just seconds in, including Matthew Kroner back into the game. Taylor Perez, Brennan Bunger, Cooper DeWitt stayed on the floor along with Connor Mendez. Mendez throws it to Bunger, who got away with a walk up top to Kroner between the rings. Mendez guarding him. You're going to let the 6'8 guy go away from the rim. Mendez, runner and a foul by Adrian. A chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way as Kroner hits the slow-moving running shot. And Cesar Ortiz has got to be called back to the scorer's table to come in for Mendez. You heard Casey Arstein talk about defending Kroner is not a one-person thing.
No. You have to have good front and side help on Kroner just to make him work hard.
Kroner is able to hit the foul shot. He's got 6. And the Hermiston advantage is down to 3. Right corner, 3-ball hoisted, knocked down by Smith. Cole Smith hit the jumper to extend Hermiston's lead back out to 6 with 40 seconds gone in the second quarter. Kroner in the left corner. He'll turn and face and try a long 2. Off iron, pings around. Andrew James picks it up for the Bulldogs. Straight down the middle of the floor, he'll bring it with Hermiston in front 20-14. James, a hesitation drive and a hand check foul as he got into the drive. Called on Brennan Bunger, his first. And it's the third team foul on Chiawana.
Brennan Bunger, his first personal foul, third team foul.
Baseline to inbound. Cole Smith, who just hit a 3-point shot for Hermiston to give them the 6-point lead. Almost a minute into the second quarter. Smith will rifle it into Ortiz, and they bring it up top. Ortiz at the top of the key, leaves it for Andrew James. James will drive against Kroner and kick to Andreessen. Andreessen circles, pulls up in front of the foul line, swishes it. Andreessen's got 9 points. Tip past the other end of the floor by Ortiz, but Chiawana keeps it into the lane. Bunger, and he's fouled on the arm. 6-team foul on Hermiston. And going into the book on this one for the Bulldogs will be Andreessen. His first foul. 22-14 Hermiston's advantage with 6:45 of the clock in the second quarter. Kobe Young back to the scorer's table to replace Bunger. DeWitt, the tall point guard, will inbound it. And the 6'6 junior surveys the floor. Needs a lob somewhere and gets it into the right corner for Perez, who circles up top and is fouled. Andrew James, that was a silly foul in front of the student section. James bumping a guy going away from the hoop.
First foul is number 11, Andrew James for Hermiston.
And Andrew, it is his first 7th team foul.
On at the line, number 12.
Jordan Ramirez will replace Madrigal after his brief break.
Also back line of the Bulldogs.
And Taylor Perez, a 1-on-1 opportunity. 2 for 4 for Chiawana from the foul line. Albeit early on in this game. Perez flips the first one in. And the sophomore guard earns himself one more. Cole Smith standing down, other end of the floor in the right corner. And so DeWitt's down that end. Mendez is back at the top of the key on the other end. Perez hits both to make the point moot. Ramirez races into the front court. Left corner, 3-ball Andreessen. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Andreessen cans another 25-16, the Hermiston advantage with 6:25 of the clock, second quarter. Student section starting to get a little bit closer to, albeit not yet to, full throat. Young at the right elbow, drives down the baseline over Ramirez, jumpers off Andreessen's rebound. Andreessen up court to James for Hermiston, trying to add on to their 9-point lead, and James is fouled by Perez, his first. 4th-team foul on Chiawana with 6:08 on the clock in the second period. Bulldogs a baseline inbound, up 25-16. Ortiz to put it in play. Lobs it up top to Ramirez. Ramirez gives it up to Andreessen, and now Cole Smith. A head fake and a drive, kicked into the corner through Andreessen's hands, out of bounds.
Yeah, that one there, Cole might have been better served since he was at the 8 foot and nobody really came up to pick him, just to take that little pop shot right there.
9-point lead for Hermiston, a little more than 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. DeWitt down into the right corner, lobs it inside, stolen by Ortiz. The pass almost looked like it was to Ortiz. Bulldogs looking down to a 25-16, and then Ortiz throws a pass that looks like it was to Connor Mendez, who steals it for Chiawana. Rifled into the left corner. Perez there. Inside pass to Kroner. Stolen away by Ramirez. Ramirez to Andreessen. Andreessen drives and kicks. Ramirez has a trailer. It's Cole Smith. Head fake. He'll leave it. Andrew James top of the key. Left corner Ramirez. He'll tee a tray down there. It's short. DeWitt's got the rebound for Chiawana. Bulldogs lead is still 25-16 with 5:17 left in the second. Left corner, 3-ball Perez knocks it down. And a timeout, full timeout for the Hermiston Bulldogs and Casey Arstein, who slams his hands together in frustration, seeing the Bulldogs lead down to 25-19 with 5:10 left in the second quarter. Well, it's not like the opportunities aren't there, just the shots are falling semi-inconsistency. Hermiston is hitting from the outside. They've got 5 3-pointers made.
Yeah, they have, and they're working it and finding, Andreessen, Ortiz, and Cole Smith, trying to get them to keep moving to where they can catch it out there on the perimeter. Doing a very good job of getting the pass. Like I said, the last time where Cole tried to get the ball to Andreessen at 3-point range, might have been better served to pick it up and go there. That way, that'll draw that defense into the key a little bit more, and Hermiston will be able to get even a better open shot from the perimeter.
For the Chiawana Riverhawks, they got the big boy next. I mean, Hermiston's the new kid on the block. The big dog, the king of the MCC Castle. That's the Richland Bombers. They've won 6 titles in a row, at least. We can see 6 on the internet. They have been a dominant force in Mid-Columbia Conference basketball. They go to Pasco and Chiawana High School on Friday night. And then Chiawana will have their crosstown rivalry game at Pasco on Saturday. Next Tuesday, Kamiakin. MCC, there aren't a lot of off nights there. In the lane, Andreessen cans a rattled home 6-footer. Andreessen's got 14. Good play out of the timeout for Hermiston.
It was getting Ryan into that middle of the zone.
27-19 Hermiston's advantage. 4:45 left second quarter. Right corner, open shot. Perez hoists it. It's off the back iron. Back tipped out. Mendez saves it behind his back across the court from the near sideline to the far out of bounds. Hermiston's advantage. Up by 8 with 4:35 left in the second quarter. Jordan Ramirez will bring it into the front court on an inbound pass from Cesar Ortiz. Ryan Andreessen, Andrew James, and Cole Smith wait as Hermiston counters Chiawana's size with their speed. The 5-guard lineup right now. Andreessen from the left corner. Leaves it back in the left corner for Andrew James. He'll head fake and drive. Out to Andreessen. Andreessen against Young. Near side to Ortiz. Caesar going to work against DeWitt. And they'll swing it around the perimeter. Ramirez in the left corner. 10 on the shot clock. Skip it back up top. Ortiz tees a tray over Young. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Wow.
Third for Cesar Ortiz. He's got 9. 30-19 halfway through the second quarter. Perez lobs it inside. Ortiz tips a pass for Kroner away. And now Ortiz will get it out to Ramirez. Hermiston looking to add on to an 11-point lead, their largest of the game, with 3:43 left in the second quarter. Home cooking's been good so far. James will try 3. He hits it, nothing but the bottom of the net. Andrew James, first points of the game. Time out for Chad Heron and Chiawana. Perplexed and frustrated, the Riverhawks will try to draw something up on the grease board to get into Hermiston's shooting lanes. 33-19, the Bulldogs lead with 3:33 left in the second quarter.
Wow, that's shooting for you. I mean, that's 7 3-pointers on the night already for Hermiston in the about 1.5 quarters or periods on the night. And just absolutely lights out for the Bulldogs.
They hit 8 total on Saturday at Kennewick. And I came away with it almost not really sure what to think yet. I thought that, all right, good win, pretty good game, but not a great game yet. This start to this game has been tremendous for her.
Yeah, they're doing everything right now, limiting the turnovers way down, just 5 on the night so far in a period and a half, and doing a very good job on the rebounds. But more than that, they're moving. They just keep moving and making Chiawana have to chase after our shooters.
So Chiawana out of their timeout. Hermiston shows them a little full court pressure, although it's token pressure. Ramirez will let DeWitt get past him. Double team comes, and Madrigal, he got him on the arm.
Yeah. But I mean, he had him the first time, and then as soon as DeWitt turned, it wrapped the hand around it.
Now Cooper DeWitt's frustrated. He slammed the ball in his hand. Nothing malicious that would draw anybody's attention or ire, but DeWitt's got to get his senses about him here. He's scoreless right now, and he goes to the line with a 1-and-1 because the foul on Sergio Madrigal, while his first was the 8th team foul on Hermiston. DeWitt hits and earns one more. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. Here in the first meeting in Mid-Columbia Conference action between Hermiston and Chiawana. And it's 33-20 as the second for DeWitt clangs off the back iron into the hands of Ramirez. He's at half court, bringing it against DeWitt into the front court. Hands off to Andrew James. James looks back to Casey Arston. He asked for a play. Ortiz between the rings holding. James calling for it on the left. Andrew James sees something he wants. I think he feels like he's got a mismatch. He's got it now on the left wing, circling up top. Leaves it for Ortiz, right corner. Ramirez tees a 3-ball. Front iron off, the rebound, pings and touched last off of the hands of Jacob Monson. And out of bounds.
Possession remains with Hermiston.
So Hermiston keeps the possession. They got a new shot clock as well with 2:50 left in the second quarter. Leading 33-20. The inbound play goes into a cutting Andreessen. He floats the 12-footer too hard. Rebounded by Bunger. Bunger up court to DeWitt for Chiawana into the left corner. Perez there. Closed out by Ortiz. Foul off of the ball. Andrew James trying to defend against Kroner. And Andrew picks up his second, 9th team foul. So Matthew Kroner at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Matthew Kroner at the line will be shooting 2.
He's Chiawana's leading scorer right now with 6. Blake Davis is at the scorer's table. The 6'4 junior will come in for Hermiston after Kroner's first foul shot is good.
Back in action for Hermiston, number 22.
Davis replaces James. And with 2:39 left in the second quarter. Kroner has a chance to cut Hermiston's lead to 33-22, and he does. Chiawana right now zoning 2-3. Look as Ortiz has it between the rings. To the foul line for Andreessen. Left open there. Kicks right corner for Madrigal. Madrigal drives baseline. Cut off well by Seth Schmidt, who's back at him. Top of the key. Ortiz wide open 3. Well, almost too long to look at. It was short. Rebounded by Kroner. Flips it up court to Monson. Monson will take it against Ortiz. Lay-in left side is off. Andreessen's got it on a 2-on-2. Andreessen with Madrigal to his right into the lane and is fouled. Took it himself and drew the foul. 5th on Chiawana, and 2 foul shots coming for Ryan Andreessen on Cooper DeWitt's second foul.
Nice job that time of Andreessen forcing the play inside like that and getting to the line.
Andreessen's first foul shots of this game, and he makes the first. He had 14 points at Kennewick and was 6 for 6 from the charity stripe. Adrian Mendez ended up with 16, and Cesar Ortiz had 20, 17 of which came in the second half for Hermiston. Andreessen, a 2-for-2 trip. He's got 16 in the first half, and Hermiston's lead is 35-22. 2 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Jaden Martinez to Kroner, steps out onto the perimeter, right elbow extended, going to work against Davis, pocket pick, Andreessen by himself. Now Martinez gets in there, got in position, blocking foul. Martinez cannot believe he didn't get the charge. Chiawana fans are in disbelief. I thought he got there.
First foul on number 23 for Chiawana.
First foul on Martinez. 16 foul.
16th foul. Line, Brian Andreessen.
So Andreessen takes a return trip to the foul line for 2 more shots.
Yeah, the only thing.
Did they give him the basket too?
Oh, they did.
They did.
Connor Mendez back in lineup for Chiawana.
Wow.
They gave him an and one there. That's now Chiawana's got a real argument. Pass inside tipped, ends up pinging around like a Super Bowl, and Schmidt ends up with it to finish. Schmidt's got 4. That was an interior pass tipped well by Ramirez, and then it pinged off of Connor Mendez back into play, and somehow ended up in the lap of Schmidt, who was able to finish the lay-in. Down at the basket, left side, Madrigal lays it in after hesitating to let the defender fly past. 40-24, Hermiston's advantage. 1:11 left in the second quarter. Connor Mendez in the right corner. Kroner, top of the key, 3 ball, off iron, rims around. Schmidt's got the rebound, put back. His sky hook partially blocked, tipped out of the hands of Ortiz, and a foul's called. And so Cesar Ortiz is going to walk down to the other end of the floor with a 1-and-1 opportunity on the 7th team foul on Chiawana.
Number 23, Jaden Martinez.
And it's Jaden Martinez who's got 2 fouls in a row called against him.
1-1 at the line will be Cesar Ortiz.
That one was far less
Kobe Young back in action for the rim.
of a 50-50 ball there. Martinez just hammered Ortiz, going and swinging for a block. 1 minute and a second remaining in the second quarter. Ortiz, good on the first and earns 1 more. I'm hoping, and it does feel like it the last couple of nights now, that the 48% foul shooting game against Lewiston was an anomaly, but there's the broadcaster's jinx as Ortiz misses the second. 41-24, Hermiston's advantage. Mendez throws it left corner. Kobe Young tees a tray. It is short. Young gets his own rebound to the 10 easy lay-in for the sophomore. The 6'5" lanky guard's got 6 points. 41-26. Ortiz kicks. It pings off of Blake Davis, and it's Hermiston back on defense. Cole Smith will come into the game for the Bulldogs with 38.3 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Sergio Madrigal will walk with Jaden Martinez up the court. Thrown to Connor Mendez, the freshman. Down left wing, pull-up jumper over the top of Ramirez, partially blocked. Davis has the rebound. Hands off to Ramirez. Shot clock off, 25 seconds left in the first half. Right corner, Madrigal. Head fake, kicks, skips it across. Ramirez, a head fake as well. Now he'll circle back to half court, and they will hold for last shot. Trying to extend a 15-point lead. Andreessen down to Davis on the baseline. He puts a 15-footer up, air ball that Young's got the rebound. Young to Kroner. Kroner will not get the shot up before the buzzer. And the halftime score is Hermiston 41, Chiawana 26 here at Hermiston High School. Bulldogs in the lead as we go into the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show. We're back in 2 minutes here on AM 1360 KOHU.